keep making a comment about the transfer portal. That keeps coming up because that is the theme of college football, and especially at LSU, that is going to fuel this team. It's become the free agency. It's a lot different than NFL free agency, but in regards to supplementing a roster where recruiting's still the core, but you need to use the transfer portal. So Myles Brennan's a unique case where most of the guys that as soon as somebody enters the transfer portal, people believe, okay, they're gone. They're gone for good. They've transferred. Well, technically, they have not transferred. They have opened up their options, and they can, under the guidelines, talk to other schools and teams. So Myles Brennan's make his decision to come back. Max Johnson, his decision seemed a little curious to me because he seemed to be one of the few quarterbacks across college football that was entrenched as a starter, coming off 27 touchdowns and 6 picks. Why do you go somewhere where you just are looking for competition? But he made his move, ironically, after leading the game-winning drive and throwing the game-winning touchdown pass against Texas A&M in the last game of the season to Texas A&M. So Myles Brennan comes back. One of my favorite recent stats would be that, of course, Joe Burrow threw 60 touchdowns in 15 games. Well, Myles Brennan threw 12 in 3 games. He was on the same pace the next season. And that's tough to do. I was saying, man, if Myles Brennan throws 20 less touchdowns than Joe Burrow, that's going to be a nice season. Unfortunately, he got hurt. Then the quarterback situation got a little messy from there. So is it Myles Brennan's deal, or is there going to be competition in camp?
Yeah, so let's start with the Max Johnson thing, because I get this question a lot on Power Hour LSU. Was Max Johnson good, right? And, if you don't watch every snap of LSU football, you see, 27 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. And this is also pretty key as well. Max Johnson ended last year, 2020, with a bang with a game-winning touchdown pass. Same thing with Texas A&M. He ended with a bang with a game-winning touchdown pass. Quite frankly, Mark, he wasn't really that good, though. He started missing a lot of throws as he should be making as a second-year starter. Lost a lot of confidence. And, maybe year 3, year 4, he turns it around at Texas A&M. But, it wasn't great, right? Now, you bring in Myles Brennan. You bring him back, per se. Obviously, the first big story surrounding Myles Brennan is his health, right? Your best ability is availability. And if he can't stay healthy, it's going to put LSU in a spot where they have to play either Garrett Nussmeier, who's only in year 2 of his development, and Walker Howard, who is a 5-star true freshman, who is also overcoming an injury that he had during last season. Now, I love both of those quarterback prospects, Mark. I really do. However, if you look at LSU historically, this is such a crazy stat that in the modern era, LSU has never had a good starting quarterback who had to start in year 1 or year 2 of their development as the full-time starter, okay? And once again, I'll repeat that again. LSU, every quarterback that has had to be the full-time starter in year 1 or year 2 of their development has not worked out. Whereas every LSU quarterback who got to start as a full-time starter for the first time, year 3 and above, turned out to be really good. Right? So experience matters at this position. There are very few Trevor Lawrences. There are very few Bryce Youngs that just are ready to go right now, that are ready to be year 1, year 2, national championship level quarterbacks. It's just very rare. And that has also been the case at LSU. And basically that's the case everywhere, Mark, where, experience really matters at quarterback. So it's going to take a lot for Myles Brennan to not be the guy going into next season, but it all starts with his health.